You're under arrest for breach of data protection.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have to say anything when questioned. Yeah. Under arrest for data protection. Oh my God. There we are.
You going?
And just passing, so I thought I'd have a quick look.
You go off its private property. You can't film here.
Can't film here?
No.
Why not?
So we're asking you not to film.
Alright, but that's I just wanted to have a quick look, that's all. Can I go around and have a little look? Just before I go then, is that big steel bit there part of your building?
So I'm not at liberty to tell you that.
You're not at liberty to tell me that? Okay, because it's just that, right, okay, so...
I'd like to leave, please.
Whereabouts is your boundary? Where can I film from?
The highway.
The highway?
That's where the boundary is. Public highway.
Public highway over there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okie doke. Well, what I'll do then, I'll just let you know, when I saw this steel building here, I thought, I don't know if it's part of this part, but what it looks...
Filming now?
Yeah.
You mind not filming, please?
Why is that?
GDPR, I don't want to be on your camera, so if you stop filming, please.
So GDPR?
Yeah, data protection. I haven't given you consent to film. So I asked you to stop filming and leave, please.
But you don't have to give me consent, do you?
You do, yeah. Filming somebody without their consent under GDPR is against the law.
GDPR? Does that not apply just to companies though? I thought that just applied to companies.
Would you like to stop filming, please?
Not really. I just came to get the beauty of the place, really. That's all. Just, yeah. Well, is there anything you can tell me about the place at all?
Yeah, I can ask you for your name and address.
My name and address?
Yeah.
Can we have your name and address?
No, you don't need to. You're already filming when you shouldn't be.
What's your name and address? Oh man, right, okay then. Filming when I shouldn't be. Do you know what me up to the boundary then? Whereabouts is it? Sorry, the main road. Is it just this? Oh, there we go. Just to let you know, I only wanted to let you know. I'm going to take a drone over to do some shots from the air. That's all. I'm going to take a drone over and. So say that again.
So you won't be doing.
I won't take a drone over.
No, you haven't got permission. It's private property. You can't.
Do I have to get? Who can I get permission from to fly a drone over?
Stop filming, please.
I'll just ask that one last question because I am going to fly it over. It's just
I'd like you to stop filming, please.
Right, okay then. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I am going to fly the drone over now. I'm going to just take off.
No, you're not.
An auditor visits a technology company to carry out aerial photography, but what should be a routine activity quickly escalates as staff and community support officers step in. What follows turns into a clear example of how things can go wrong, with claims about data protection, surveillance, and even an unexpected arrest. It sets the stage for a detailed look at police accountability and whether their understanding of the law actually holds up.
Right then guys, I think we're picking it back up because more or less immediately a guy's coming out now. What we'll do is we'll have a quick chat to him. We are on public land now, so there's no recourse.
Where's your drone? Can I see your licence?
See my drone licence?
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Flying it over our facility, I need to see your licence.
You don't need to see my licence. Why would you need to see my licence?
Property, and we've got intellectual property on that facility.
I'm about to take it over now.
You're not taking it over.
I'm definitely.
Phone the police.
Don't phone police. Come on, that's silly, isn't it? Just for a bit of drone footage.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be silly. Come on. Got two of them now.
Stop filming as well.
Come on, don't be like that. Come on.
You've been asked politely 3 times.
You at 999 in that, are you? Oh, are you kidding? Ring 101, that'll take ages, 101, won't it? But so I'm going to take it off soon, but don't be like that, come on. Guys, I think he's phoning the police, that's crazy.
We've got a gentleman filming with a drone. He's got no drone licence, he won't send me his drone licence, and he's flying it over now.
I've got no drone licence. This guy is like funny, isn't he?
And he's actually filming us. It's Hotel X-Ray 5, 9 Juliet Road.
We've got the truck coming out as well, look. We've got the airlocks.
He's just pulled up on a push bike or whatever, and he's stood at our facility.
Let's see if the police set this guy straight. I think the police are going to tell him to go back to work. So, get back inside your property and go back to work. That's what they're going to tell.
The staff member's reaction marks a clear escalation. The 999 number is meant for genuine emergencies, and using it because someone is filming from a public pavement doesn't align with that purpose. It risks tying up a critical resource that could be needed for real danger. And now that police have been called, the situation has been taken to a much higher level.
He's filming me, and he's filming our facility. That's what I say. It can't be on 999 now, can it? I mean, if he's taking up all this resource, this is trillion in, I believe, Ireland. This guy has been on 999 for, I mean, it's got to be nearly 5 minutes now. There might be like fires or like ambulance service needed or something. This guy is just like been on 999 from Trillium for like 5 minutes. That's crazy, that. Still on the phone to 999. That is crazy, that, isn't it? 999 for a man with a Camry.
Yeah. No problem. Alright, thank you very much. Thanks.
Right, sounds like he's had his advice now. Probably be popping off back into work. There he goes. And there he goes. When they've got back inside, we'll take the drone.
Okay, police are on the way.
Police are on the way. Oh no, that's crazy. Right, I better be quick with this drone then, aren't I, if they're going to come and get me. Oh man. Well, what a response that was. This is Trillion. Or Trillium. And off he goes. Right guys, what I'll do, I'll get the drone up now. We need to get these shots in, and when the police attend, if they do, then we'll have a chat to them as well and see what they've got to say about all this.
This appears to be a misuse of emergency services. The key question is whether there's an immediate threat to life or property or a crime in progress, and someone filming from public land usually meets none of those criteria. While the call handler must stay on the line, time spent on a call like this could delay response to a real emergency. The focus now shifts to how the responding officers handle the situation.
Do you know the rules and regulations to do with filming cameras?
Do I know what, sorry, the rules and regulations?
Rules and regulations to do with filming.
Filming?
Yes. Which is what I believe you've been
That's
doing.
what I'm doing now, so obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know them?
Do I know them? Of course I do. Of course I do, yeah.
Okay, do you want to tell me then what you've been doing?
I'm not going to tell you anything that I don't need to tell you.
Right, okay.
You've just come here and just accosted me for nothing.
Right.
We've got guys out there shouting through, he needs to delete that footage.
Yes.
I need to delete my footage.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
There are basically 3 rules with filming. Very similar to the use of CCTV. Yeah?
Here we go, come on. Come on, cops plane.
If you're filming yourself, you can do what you like.
Ooh, yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, you're filming me, you can do what you like, I don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
More than welcome to. Okay?
Yeah.
If you're filming a private space, so if you are filming, well, initially if you're filming a public space, you can do, but you need to be willing to show that footage to whoever asks. You also need to comply with the Data Protection Act, which means that you need to be willing to delete that footage should they ask you to. Yes?
No, yeah, you've got that all wrong, honestly.
No, I haven't.
Of course you have.
No, I haven't, because it's
It was covered by data protection, right? Can I just explain that? I'll tell you that. I'll let you on. I'll let you know then. Yeah.
Go on then.
Data protection only applies to businesses. It doesn't apply to individuals. There you go. Look, that's your first mistake. Yeah.
It does apply to individuals. And if you're saying it only applies to business, that's a business, and they've asked you to delete it.
No, I'm not a business though, so I don't have to delete it.
Right, you do.
The PCSO arrival immediately raises tension, highlighting a key principle: officers should understand the laws they're enforcing. He confidently claims that filming in public requires showing footage on demand, which is generally not a legal obligation for a private citizen. This flawed understanding sets a weak foundation for the interaction that follows.
You're talking rubbish on
Do
the
if they've
camera.
asked you to.
You're talking rubbish on
Because
camera.
otherwise,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm not talking rubbish, because otherwise, what you're doing is surveillance. Have you got a ripper? Have you applied for a ripper? Do you know what a ripper is?
A what, sorry?
A ripper.
What's a ripper?
A ripper.
No.
A ripper is the paperwork to allow you to do surveillance, which is what you're doing with that.
I'm not doing surveillance, that's
You
silly.
are doing surveillance,
I'm doing
it's
aerial
recording.
photography.
Yeah, which is surveillance. Form of surveillance.
Can you identify yourself, please? Because
Yep,
you just
I'm
walked
Charlie
up to me.
Oscar 82. I'm PCSO.
And yourself, lady.
Oscar 964.
Thank you very
Yep.
much.
Okay. So what you are doing is surveillance. You've just said you're taking photographs. Yeah?
I haven't said that. I've not confirmed anything.
Right, that's a form of surveillance. You're telling me that you're filming, that you've filmed over there. That is a company. They've asked you to delete the footage of what you're filming there, of what you filmed there.
I won't be
Are
deleting.
you refusing to do so?
Well, obviously, there's
Why?
nobody. I'll tell you what. I'll let you know
Right.
then. I'll let you know the law, that, yeah.
Right.
Only a court can make me delete that footage.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. So you can't delete it. You can't ask me to.
Right.
Well, you can ask me to, but I don't have
There
to.
is a government ombudsman that deals with footage like that.
Lovely.
Okay.
Yeah.
They can take you to court,
Oh,
certainly,
my God. Yeah.
and they will prosecute you, and they will fine you, and it is hundreds of thousands of pounds, because it's the same rules and regulations that we use for surveillance.
What I would say is, good luck trying to get £100,000 out of me. I literally haven't got
If you don't pay that,
£100,000.
then it's potentially a prison sentence, then, isn't it?
Ooh, prison.
The officer's claims now appear increasingly baseless. The Regulation of Investigatory Powers Act applies to state surveillance, not private citizens taking photos in public. Suggesting a photographer needs some form of license or could face prison under data protection law is a clear overreach. These powers are meant for public authorities conducting covert surveillance, not everyday public activity. So the question is, will he escalate it even further?
I don't want to get in prison.
Well, I'm asking you nicely, will you delete the footage that you filmed over there?
You can ask, can't you?
I can ask. Will now.
I've not confirmed or denied whether I'm going to delete the
Will you
footage.
delete the footage? Please.
What would you do if I don't delete the footage? I'm going back over in a minute. The drone's going back up in a minute.
Right. Okay, well, potentially we can get officers here to arrest you and take you away.
Arrest me for what? Go on, what? Listen,
Right,
what
for
law?
breach of data protection.
That's not. So, you're under arrest for breach of data protection.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have to say anything when questioned. And you, yeah.
Yeah.
Under arrest for data protection. Oh my God. Come on. What are them pink things on top of your radio? Anyway, I'm really interested in that.
Charlie Oscar 82. It's just an identifying marker.
Nice. I'm really interested.
Yeah, Charlie Oscar 82. I'm with the gentleman here now up on Huddersfield Road. I've spoken to him. I've explained the Data Protection Act and the rules and regulations regarding filming. I've asked him to show the footage. He's refused. I've asked him to delete the footage. He's refused. Is there an officer that can come and deal with this, please?
Nice. This officer will come out and he'll say, "Let him do it," because I'm gonna fly over again in a minute. Honestly, I'm gonna take that drone up, fly over again, because I haven't finished the footage. I only stopped because you guys turned up.
Well, why are you filming? Why are you filming them in particular? Can I ask, please?
Coming past, saw it, thought it'd be a really interesting building.
Right. And they've come out and asked you not to film.
Yep.
And why have you then carried on?
Because I wanted to.
Right. Because you wanted to.
Yeah, I tried
So
to.
not because of any other reason than you just being deliberately obtuse.
No, I'm not being deliberately obtuse.
But you are.
I'm not being deliberately obtuse at
Okay,
all.
well, I've explained to you the rules and regulations and how it works and what's expected of you and the fact that you have responsibilities as someone who is filming and you're refusing to abide by those.
I don't have to abide by those. Can I just say, you're talking nonsense.
I'm
You
not.
really are talking
I'm
nonsense. When the actual police officer gets here,
Yep.
if I bother waiting for him, I might just get the footage now and drive off on my bike.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the key moment of the audit. An arrest requires a clear suspicion of a specific offense, yet the PCSO mock arrest for a supposed data protection breach is more theatrical than lawful. Data protection laws don't typically create arrestable offenses in this context, making the action appear unfounded and damaging to professionalism.
And they don't know who I am, so there you go. Told you you're talking nonsense. This lady here is quite smart. She's really smart because she stood there. She hasn't said a word. She probably knows.
Yeah, not a problem. Well, I've explained to the gentleman about how it works with as far as him actually kind of filming and how it's impeding on other people's privacy, and how they've asked him to delete it, and that is technically an offence that he's committed there.
Technically an offence that I committed. This guy.
Yeah. So there we go, sir.
Technically an offence.
Well, it is. It is an
Are you
offence.
going to go now so I can finish my drone footage?
No, I'm not.
You're not going to go?
No, I'm not. No. You seem to be enjoying filming me, so.
This is crazy. So, are you going to waste police time just by standing here?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're intent on doing that, so.
I'm not intent on wasting police time. I'd like you to go so I can finish my drone footage.
Yeah. Well, I've asked you to delete the footage, I've asked you to show me the footage, you've refused both.
Yeah, because I don't really want to.
Right? And you've not even explained yourself as to why you don't want to.
I just don't feel like it.
You don't feel like it.
Yeah. Like, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Why did you have it? You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. And as I say, you know, you don't feel like it. You're being completely obstructive. You know, I've been completely reasonable with you. I've spoken to you politely.
Can I just explain to you the situation, right, from a high level point of view, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So go on then.
I'm stood in a public place.
Yep.
This is a public place. Yep.
Yep.
I'm filming from a public place. I'm flying my drone from a public place. I'm abiding by all the drone laws.
Right.
I'm abiding by all the filming laws.
Right.
You guys have come here telling me I'm committing an offence.
Yep.
And now you stood there and you won't leave.
Right.
And you've admitted that you're going to stand here wasting police time.
Right. Okay.
Crazy. We're in a really crazy situation here.
Okay.
Here the officers double down on their apparent mistakes. The standard requires officers to provide accurate information and avoid misrepresenting the law, yet that doesn't seem to be happening. The female PCSO suggests a technical offense has occurred, which raises concern, while the male PCSO openly admits he'll stay just to obstruct filming, bringing into question whether his actions are proportionate or appropriate.
I don't have to and I don't want to.
Right.
I've got more footage to get yet. You know what I mean? I've literally got, I'm running out of time to get all this droned over. I've got some other places I need to get to.
As far as it goes with the privacy laws and the rules and regulations, if you film somebody and somebody asks you to then delete it, you have to be willing to at least show them with it and explain why you're not going to delete it, and explain to someone in authority.
Under what law? That ends the conversation, doesn't it, really? Under what law? If you explain to me the laws that require me to do something, if you explain to me the law that requires me to do something, I will do it. But I know the law, so... This guy's back again now, look, having a little word with the lady. So, trying to get me into more trouble, probably. And look, listen, it's filming. She's been filming on our property. This is a bit more interesting now, but thank you for your attempt at explaining.
That's okay, sir. I thought you were going to stay and talk to my colleague when he gets here anyway.
I'm going to stay and talk to your colleague, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because your colleague, right, has no power over me unless I'm committing a crime.
Right.
That's true. Like, he has no jurisdiction over me. Oh, hey up, here we go. And Van as well. What law are you going to arrest me under here? You've got to be really careful. This guy will probably know a bit more about it, won't he? Hopefully this guy will be a bit more reasonable.
Okay, I've been perfectly reasonable with you.
Hi there, how are you doing, mate? I'm hoping you'll be a little bit more reasonable than these guys. These guys are trying to...
footage, he's refused. I've asked
He's asked to see some footage. Yeah.
The PCSO final lecture continues the pattern of misinformation. There is no general law requiring someone to show or delete footage, and without a specific legal power, neither a private citizen nor a PCSO can compel it. The auditor stands firm as a police constable arrives. Setting up the key moment, will the constable repeat the same mistakes or finally bring clarity?
I'd rather not say, but I plan to.
You plan to?
Yeah.
Right. Do you have permission to fly over there with it being private property?
What permission? This is what I've just been through with these guys. What permission do I need?
It's classed as private property there, so it's classed as trespass.
It's not classed as trespass. If it is classed as a trespass, if I were flying low causing a nuisance, that would be a civil trespass.
It is a civil, but you're right.
That would be a civil trespass. So I don't know why you guys would be getting involved. But if I fly it high, it's not classed as a trespass. You don't, you know, if an helicopter flies over, you don't class it as a trespass, do you?
I don't think there's any sort of minimum horizontal distance anywhere with drones anymore. I think it's changed.
Exactly.
You probably
yeah.
know more than I do, to be honest.
Yeah, I reckon I probably do. So yeah. That's why I'm still here. Because let me just tell you this, right? I'm not stupid, right? If I were committing a crime, yeah, I would have been on my toes now on that little bike, and nobody would have caught me. But I'm not committing a crime. That's why I'm still standing here. I just want to prove to everybody that I'm, you know.
I don't think you have committed a crime.
Excellent.
You should be in handcuffs.
Exactly.
However, I've got to try and work with you.
Yeah, you can
so
try
in
and
terms of when you're flying a drone in public, like you're doing now, you can film anywhere. Nobody can stop you. You can start to film what you want, which isn't an issue. However, once you cross over the border into sort of where factories are, it's private property, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's no.
How would you feel if somebody encroached into your private home and started filming you?
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, that's residential. So if
well, it is, but it's still private.
If you fly over somebody's residential house and you're like looking in the windows or something, that's covered under privacy laws. But if you're flying over like a business or something like that, just getting some aerial footage and whatnot, there's no.
You're supposed to seek authority from them first, really. It's their private property.
But that's an opinion. That's not a fact.
Well,
you know. Yeah,
it's a fact. It's private property.
No, well, I'll tell you what then.
It is a civil matter and it is trespass.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, as soon as you've been so nice to me when you come over, you kept your distance or whatever, I'll let you know, because I know a bit more about you than the drone laws, yeah? Basically, I can fly over there with this sub 250 drone, I can fly over the private property, and that's because they do not control the airspace or own the airspace. The Civil Aviation Authority controls and owns the airspace, and there are no, I checked before I launched, there are no controls in place over this airspace here. Right. So for instance, prisons and airports, there are controls in place. Yeah, so you can't fly over them because the Civil Aviation Authority says you can't, and it's actually a crime to do that. Whereas the airspace over this facility here is not owned by this facility. They can't tell me whether or not I can fly something over or not. It's literally owned and controlled by the Civil Aviation Authority, and there's no controls in place.
To prevent any issues.
The constable's approach is a clear shift in tone. A key measure of professionalism is whether an officer de-escalates and checks the facts first, and that's exactly what happens here. He asks the right questions about the drone's weight and the operator's ID, showing an understanding of the relevant rules. His calm, measured approach stands out as a strong example of proper policing in contrast sharply with what came before.
Have you finished for today?
Nearly. I have got a little bit more. When these two arrived, I had to stop filming because I just wanted to have a quick chat with them just to make sure they weren't going to jump me out.
They don't really do that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I just thought I'd just.
Right, we're not those type of people.
Yeah, good. That's really good.
We've got a job to do. If somebody raises concerns, we've got to come and speak to him. Get to
Absolutely, yeah. What you'd be best off doing, just nipping in and just telling him what he's doing is completely legal. That's what I would tell him. I would literally, that would be your job today. You'd literally just go in and just say, look, I know you might not like it, but what he's doing is completely legal. We haven't got any jurisdiction. The guy's not committed a crime, so we don't have any power over him. Basically, I know. Yeah.
I say I've not got an issue with you.
Yeah.
The only issue comes when you're flying it low, whatever else.
Yeah. I mean,
as far as I understood it, if it's private property, you're not allowed to fly over unless you've got permission.
Yeah, I think we've got a bit of a better attitude than these two PCSOs. Are these PCSOs here? I think. I think they're just a bit. I don't know, telling me things about things that I can or can't do.
I'll suggest in future, if you are going to look at doing stuff like this, I can't see an issue with it. When you speak to the people first, and it avoids an issue, doesn't it?
I did, and I think.
Who did you speak to from there?
The guy that just came out. Basically, what I did is.
Did you speak to him beforehand, or?
Yeah, I spoke to him before I took off. So I went. I literally parked up, got my bike parked up, filmed the sign over there. He came out. Another guy came out. That guy came out with him, straight over to me. What you doing? I said, I'm filming. He said, you can't film. I said, I can. So anyway, what I did is I came off onto the public land, took my drone off. He says, I've come over, I've caught police. I says, oh, you haven't wasted police time, have you? In 999 did. He were on phone 999 for 5 minutes.
A lot of people get upset by it.
I know, but that doesn't mean you can.
It sounds for a lot of people it is an invasion of privacy, isn't it? Because they're doing the job, they don't want to be bothered by stuff like that.
Yeah, that's their opinion, isn't it? That's their feeling as well, isn't it? So it's just it depends what you can do under law, doesn't it? Basically, I follow the law.
So if they want to pursue you for a civil side of it, for trespass or whatever else, I don't know where you've been before, where you got it. I'll advise them they can do that. As far as criminal offences go, I can't see any, so you won't be detained or arrested by us or anything.
Oh, that's
all
excellent.
All I do is speak to you and just say, look, avoid issues, try to speak to people first.
Excellent.
And
Yeah.
not upsetting them and causing issues where we get caught.
Excellent. Well, it looks like you've diffused the situation here, the police situation. You're getting a little bit. I was getting a little bit worried that you were going when you came in van as well, because when they come in car, it's not so bad, but when you pull up in a van, that means you know, you've the potential to be in back of that, haven't you? If it comes, that turns up.
That's just what we're to drive today, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I prefer to be in car.
Excellent.
Right, are you getting on your bike now and going, or?
I'm just going to finish the drone shots.
What started as a simple photo request quickly turned into a full police standoff, but the constable's professionalism ultimately brought it back under control. The situation highlights 3 key lessons. Public filming is generally lawful, PCSO powers are limited and sometimes misunderstood, and misusing the 999 system wastes critical resources. What did you think of the PCSO mock arrest? Share your thoughts below, and if you found this breakdown helpful, consider subscribing for more. This video is for educational purposes only, not legal advice. Always check local laws.